The Last Ride, A Women's Terrifying Encounters with Uber Driver Killers. Fiction. Author, Christopher Lewis. Chapter 1. The Rise of Uber Driver Killers, the Start of a Deadly Trend. In recent years, there has been a disturbing trend emerging in the world of ride-sharing services like Uber. The rise of Uber driver killers. These are individuals who pose as Uber drivers to lure unsuspecting passengers into their vehicles, only to harm or even kill them. This deadly trend has left many women feeling vulnerable and afraid to use these services, and rightfully so. The first reported case of an Uber driver killer occurred in City in Year, when a young woman was brutally murdered after getting into what she thought was her Uber ride. This tragic event sent shockwaves through the community and raised important questions about the safety of using ride-sharing services. Since then, there have been numerous other cases of Uber driver killers targeting women across the country, highlighting the need for increased awareness and precautions. One of the most troubling aspects of this trend is how easily these individuals can pass themselves off as legitimate Uber drivers. They often use fake decals or stickers to make their vehicles look like official Uber cars, making it difficult for passengers to differentiate between a real Uber driver and a fake one. This deception has led to many women unknowingly putting themselves in danger by getting into the wrong vehicle. To protect yourself from falling victim to an Uber driver killer, it is essential to always verify the driver and vehicle information before getting into a ride-sharing car. Make sure that the license plate, make and model of the car, and driver's name all match the information provided in the app. Additionally, never share personal information with the driver, and always trust your instincts. If something feels off, it's better to be safe than sorry. By staying vigilant and taking proactive measures, we can help prevent further tragedies and ensure our safety when using ride-sharing services. Understanding the motives behind Uber driver killers. Understanding the motives behind Uber driver killers is essential to protect ourselves from potential harm while using rideshare services. These individuals, who have committed heinous crimes against innocent passengers, often have complex psychological profiles that drive them to commit such acts of violence. By delving deeper into their motives, we can gain insight into their mindset and potentially identify warning signs that may help prevent future tragedies. One common motive behind Uber driver killers is a deep-seated sense of entitlement and power. These individuals may feel a need to exert control over others, using their position as ride-share drivers to manipulate and harm unsuspecting passengers. This sense of power can be intoxicating for some individuals, leading them to commit violent acts to assert their dominance and instill fear in their victims. Another common motive behind Uber driver killers is a lack of empathy and remorse. These individuals may have a distorted view of the world, seeing their passengers as mere objects to be used and discarded at will. This lack of empathy allows them to commit violent acts without feeling any guilt or remorse, making them particularly dangerous to unsuspecting passengers. In some cases, Uber driver killers may also have a history of mental illness or trauma that has gone untreated. These individuals may be struggling with underlying issues that drive them to commit acts of violence. such as untreated mental health disorders or unresolved trauma from their past. Understanding these underlying issues can help us to better identify potential warning signs and intervene before tragedy strikes. Ultimately, by understanding the motives behind Uber driver killers, we can take steps to protect ourselves and others from falling victim to their violent acts. By staying vigilant, trusting our instincts, and reporting any suspicious behavior to the authorities, we can help ensure our safety while using rideshare services. It is important to remember that the vast majority of rideshare drivers are law-abiding citizens who are dedicated to providing safe and reliable transportation. But it is always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to our safety.